Hey, Felisa, so nice to have you here. I really was blown away by our last conversation, and I want to use our time to share with our audience, our viewers, some inspiration about your journey from where you started when we first started working together, where you're at, and all the way up until now. And I'd love it if you can share with us how it all started with our us working together and where you were at.
Okay. So when we first started working together, I was doing face painting and I was charging like $50 an hour and wasn't getting too far with what I was doing. And then you told me that I was doing small healings while I was doing face painting. After started working with you and finding out that I had the whole fear to be seen and fear to be heard and like the less than thing going on. We worked on that and you helped me with that. And I started asking for more money. One, I started I started to say yes to more of the bigger opportunities and bigger gigs than and that I was saying no to before. And then um I went from charging $50 to $150 an hour. And then I started taking the gigs that were like five grand for
Yeah.
like a 2 week like festival thing. And I started taking those and saying yes to those. And then that bloomed into me starting my own healing practice a couple years later. um I got I got my first year I got a couple of clients that were paid me 3 grand each to work with them for I think it was for 6 months or something like that. But
More
and
milestone. Yes.
yeah, so
How did that feel like? Because that would be your first milestone in the sense. How did it feel when you started charging more for your paints, face painting, and how did it feel when you were getting paid for your 3,000? You said 3,000 for your.
hmm
How did that feel, and what do you feel shifted within you to get to that point?
it just felt good. I don't know, it felt good. I felt better about what I was doing, and I was doing the right thing. I was in the right place, going on the right path with the healing practice.
So not only stepping into your healer self, claiming your value, not just charging for a single session in healing, but surpassing that milestone and having a package of sessions and having two clients pay you 3,000. Did I get that right?
Right. Hmm.
Huge milestone. So you're definitely like doubling, tripling, quadrupling your value, your worth, getting yourself out there, fear of being seen. You went through all of those challenges that stop people on their heroine's journey as a healer. And then recently when we chatted, I think it was last week, you were saying about your painting gig and it's the biggest you've gotten thus far. To share that with our audience.
Yeah. So recently, um, a a big opportunity, a big gig came up for me doing a mural at a bowling alley. They just called me like last week, and I started a mural for $10,000, and it's just for this month. So I mean, like I'm making $10,000 this month for doing a mural, and it's something that I've been wanting to do, something that I've been like thinking about in the back of my head, but I wasn't like verbally or like trying to get it, but I was attracting it, I guess, um, just through thoughts. So that manifested, and I'm so happy. I'm happy. I'm doing it right now, so it's coming along really, really good.
Huge milestone, and I hope it opens up more opportunities for you to get paid even more for your amazing art. So, Felisa, for those who are like, okay, but Felisa's special, that's not going to happen to me, or um, what can you ground in for someone who's like, I'm just a regular person, and I have some healing, maybe I never really charged for them. Is that really possible? And speaking to that part of you that maybe doesn't believe it's possible for you based on how it was beforehand.
I would say, and I have said to myself, um, you have to trust in what you're feeling. You have to trust in your gut. You have to trust in your intuition, and give yourself room to go forward. Because if you don't give yourself permission and room to move forward, you're not good. You're just going to stay where you are. Because if you don't believe in yourself, then nobody else is going to give you that opportunity to do it anyway.
Some people are stuck in the I don't have the money to invest, and so they stay there. And some are like, can this healing really shift me to that next level? Um, so there's trusting in the process of healing,
Hmm.
or me, or the modality infinity healing, or the mentoring. Like a lot of people say they need help, but there's blocks in receiving the help. And then there's the money part. What would you say to that person who's like, I I would love to open up. I don't know if this is going to work for me. You know, what is it about the mentorship or the infinity healing, or and also some that are like, I'm worried about the money I've invested in the past, and about, I didn't get my money back. I lost
Hmm.
money, or I felt screwed over. What would you say to those people who haven't taken the steps that you've taken and trusted in the process and said yes to it and received it over and over?
I would say number one, if you're drawn to a certain mentor or a certain healer, give them a chance because there's a reason why you're being drawn to them.
Mhm.
Um, I would say talk to them first. If you can get a chance to talk to them first and see what they say to you because it they might be able just by talking to them might be able to take away some of those blocks that you have. Um, and if it's the money thing, that's already a block that gets shifted the more you talk, the more you put energy and focus into, I want to get better. I want to heal this. I want to unblock this. With you, Tarek, my thing, I had that thing too about, oh, I'm not going to be able to afford to work with him. But I kept listening to all the stuff that you have out because you have a lot of content.
Yes,
And
thank you.
yeah. And so I
Yes,
kept listening to the stuff that you had out already. I kept going to the free stuff that you had up there. And
yeah.
then I kept basically just saving until I could afford to work with you. Because to me, it seems like when you're supposed to work with people, everything will open up and will align for you to do that.
Thank you, Felisa. I think you just shared, the missing piece for a lot of folks. A lot of people want to get a session from me, and I'm like, hey, like 50% of it is out there on the YouTube videos and the retreats that we do that are free. So I love that you had that instinct to go, let me start with what I can. A lot of people focus on
Mhm.
what they can't. You focus on what you can do. You can go into the free retreats, go into the YouTube videos, and receive all the benefits that are there. And then I love that you had the mindset that said, you know what, I planted the seed. I'm going to work with this guy. There's something about art, like it's going intuitively, I feel he's going to help. And then setting aside some money till you reached it. And when we had that chat, we found a way. We
Mhm.
found a way to meet halfway, or whatever we did at that time, and you made it happen. So that attitude of it is going to happen at a certain time, I'm aiming for it, opens that door, like you said earlier, to making it happen. So thank you for that. And for our listeners, please, believe in yourselves, believe in your gifts. The world wants your magic, wants your gifts, wants your abilities, and you're not serving anyone by playing it small. You're serving yourself and all by playing it big. You become an inspiration, just like Felisa now is inspiring me and everyone listening and watching this, to play bigger, to believe in ourselves, to take inspired action, to making it happen. And really, there's no excuse, because Felisa, it started off with, I don't have the money right now, and then you
Yep.
found a way to make it work, right?
Exactly. Yep. Hmm.
Great. And I would just want to conclude by saying, if anyone wants to have that chat, we have some spots for those chats. We'll put a link below where you can fill out a form and potentially hop on a call and allow me to change your life. So, Felisa, how can people get a hold of you for your healing work, for your art work?
You can either go to my website, it's www.felisalm.com, and that's FELISALM.com, or you can email me at ewj.flm@outlook.com.
Great. And that they can get to it through the website?
Yes. Hmm.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. I'd love to see how it turns out at the end if they let you take a photo and share it with us. And I know
Yeah,
it's going to be
definitely.
amazing. I know it's going to be an amazing work of art.
Thank you.
Very welcome, Felisa. Thank you for opening up and believing in yourself and allowing me to support you on your journey. It means the world to me. And I love that you took whatever support and you just ran with it. And sometimes we just need that spark, right? Like you are the rocket, and sometimes you just need a spark to get it started. And us Aries, we're great at doing that.
Yep. And work with Tarek. He's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate you. All right, guys, love you and keep believing in yourselves and make your dreams come true. And if you need a little support, I'm here for you. I even made a rhyme. All right, talk to you guys later.